don't we? That's right. When President Lincoln was elected President of the United States, there were states in the Union, because of his stance on slavery, who suspended the Union before he was ever sworn in. Now, let me tell you something about legal. Slavery was legal, and those enslaved had no rights. They had to depend on others. That's right. Now, there were about 600,000 Northerners and about 400,000 Southerners who died in that war. That's a grand total of about 1 million people, mostly white. You know, it may have been legal to own slaves in the South, but it's still wrong. If you're going to tell me what's legal or not, well, with all the loopholes, something that is illegal for one person with money or one person without money is perfectly legal for somebody who has money. It might be illegal for a single white male under the age of 25 to do so, but it is perfectly fine if it's a single white female, isn't it? Somehow, even though we try to make equal laws, what we're doing is screwing everyone. I get told that it's all white people's fault, all white people's fault. You know what? I never owned a slave. How is slavery my fault, first of all? And second of all, those of you who want to complain about slavery, then throw it in my face about legality. Well, if the law keeps changing depending on who it is, then you don't know your head from your ass when it comes to the law. If it's okay for one person but not for another, if one person it's okay to abuse, but they're not allowed to even speak up about it, or they're treated like a horrible monster. Oh, and it's great and dandy, isn't it? Some girl tells a little white lie because she's on fucking drugs, gets innocent people killed, and lo and behold, it's fine because she's pretty. You make every excuse for her, including her age. You know, when I was the age that she was killed at, I already had a record, pretty long one. Most of it wasn't deserved, but some of it was. When I got into that fight with Zach Metcalf, no, that wasn't deserved. Now, why did I take it? Why did I take charges for defending myself against Zach Metcalf, despite the fact that Nebraska law said that they had to charge us both? Well, because he was trying to get into the military. He wanted to be a Marine. As much as I didn't like the fact that he was bullying me, the fact is I did want him to be able to join the military. After me and him got into that fight, he's never been mean to me since. He has always talked to me like I'm a human being and treated me with complete respect. So, I don't know. Seems to me y'all got excuses for every goddamn thing. The problem is, with every one of your excuses is one more of my people who are dead. Because you're just going to keep on looking away. A lot of people that literally in 5 years haven't lifted a goddamn finger to help me and are constantly typing to me. Well, holy hell. You know, you ignore me. I don't exist until you're depressed. When I'm depressed, you ignore me and treat me like shit because I'm fucking with your positivity, with my negativity. Bitch, I'm trying to get help. And a lot of you guys, you don't want to pay attention to that at all. You don't want to pay attention to the fact that, like, for example, when Shannon Alvarado was trying to find her friend Marnie, how long did it take me to speak up? Did it take 6 goddamn years? No. How about when Brandon Ratner's brother, Sean Ratner, disappeared? Did it take me 6 years to say something? No, it didn't. Did he have to record me to try to prove that he was telling the truth in court? Is that something that he had to do? No, it isn't. It's something I had to do because he wasn't there. When you guys say you're supportive, moral fucking support is not support. It's not. You either get actively involved or you step off. My predators are active. The people who are dead are dead. The man who killed Natalie Bollinger is in prison serving 48 years for it. But he's not the only predator. Ted Bollinger raped the living hell out of her, and Ted Bollinger is still free. Tim Beeson raped her. He also stole her dog and held her down and screamed in her face, told her that she could have her dog back when she took him back. Meanwhile, who's the person being victimized over this? And how much money have my predators in law enforcement spent to guarantee that I couldn't have an honest day in court? How many people knew that Kenneth Zarecki was having sex? This guy was 29 years old having sex with a 14-year-old. How many people in Chapel, Nebraska didn't know that he was a child molester? See, he found out I was talking about him and his situation without me even dropping his name. And then he decided that he was going to retaliate against me for telling the truth. What did I do at that point? Same thing I always do. I dropped that motherfucker's name for the whole world to see. The sad thing is, I liked Kenneth Zarecki until I found out he was a chimo. Sorry, pedophile. Kind of like I know many of you guys prefer I use the word prostitute over whore. Oh, I get it. You'd prefer that I use the word addict over junkie. But then it depends on who you're talking about. Natalie was a pretty white girl, so she's an addict. And although I don't do drugs, I'm not a pretty white girl, so I must be a druggie. Now we see literally tens of thousands of white people standing up for black folks in this country. See them actively doing this. So what's with the narrative of it's all white people, white people aren't doing enough? Shit, we got our own problems too. The fact that we're fighting for your rights, despite the fact that you're treating us, no matter what we do, like we're not doing enough, we're still trying. No matter how much BLM complains that white people aren't doing enough, I am still fighting for equality. But that means equality, not more special rights for black people, when in reality, the things that are being done to them and done to the homeless are already illegal and have been illegal. The problem through all of this is that there is no civilian oversight. There is no way to put teeth on those laws. We've got too many loopholes that allow law enforcement to get away with these things. We've got too many bias that we push on the American public. The fact that it's getting my loved ones killed is what's pissing me off. You guys want to be pissed off that I curse and that I yell? Well, guess what, folks? You're allowed to be angry at me when I'm a little too pushy when your friends die, but how many of your friends and family have died in the last decade? When you're on the streets, it's going to be a lot higher number. When pretty much all the people you know are in your immediate family and they look out for you, sure, you got your arguments like any family, but that's the bulk of the people that you're interacting with. When you're homeless, you've got a constant flow of people who are being forced to move along, move along, move along, move along. So you meet a lot of people. You make friends with a lot of people. And most of those friends are going to die at a young age. Anyway, I got to go make a phone call, and we're going to record that live on YouTube as well. It's with a victims' rights advocate lady here in Hood River. Hopefully she'll be able to help me. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. Some people like to pull a nasty little tactic. Well, I can't be there every day. Brenda Dickinson pulled that. Unique Queen, that's Rebecca Mason, tried pulling that one today. Shit, I called her out. Tired of that shit. Tired of people claim they want to help me and they're gonna help me, and then all they do is manipulate men and treat men like shit and complain that it's all the men's fault. One lady named Becca, she wanted to get on and accuse her ex, because he broke up with her and he was done with her. She wanted to accuse him of being a pedophile and being a homosexual and pretty much anything that she could say to try to, well, detract from his manhood, his manliness. This is a common manipulation tactic. Then, after spreading all that shit, she wants to complain that she wants him back. No, the fuck he's not coming back to you after you tried claiming he was a child molester, you sick shit. If he was really a pedophile, why the fuck you want him back? Jesus Christ, Becca. Yeah, her name's Becca Lott. Beccalott. A lot of people wanted to say, well, I can't help you every day. Shit, you never helped me. You literally never helped me. When I was having a rough time, you ignored me, told me that I was being fucking negative, and then when you post up negative shit all day, every day, about how horrible men are, about what a real man needs to be. Well, a real man don't owe it to you to wipe your backside. You can do that yourself. One lady was typing about, you've seen these memes where they don't need a man to do this, and this. They need a man to change the oil and to change the tire. That's what a man should be doing. Yeah, no. Nope. If I can cook my own goddamn dinner, you can change your own fucking tire. And if you don't know how to change your own fucking tire, you got no business operating a motor vehicle. If you can't change the fluids on your own, you should not have a driver's license. Those are the two most simple things on your vehicle for maintenance. If you don't take care of the fluids and don't know how to change a tire, well, it's time for you to learn. It's time for you to stop depending on men and expecting men to be your personal servants. Unique Queen Rebecca Mason. We don't owe it to you to take your abuse. And when you want to complain about a 50-50 friendship, we were never friends. I only existed when you were sad, when you were depressed, when you called me up suicidal. And I spent 4 hours listening to your ass while I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, going through a hell of my own. With all these people, their excuse is that they can't do nothing because they're too busy for 6 goddamn years. I didn't use that as an excuse. When Desiree needed help, did I go, oh, well, I had like 8 friends of mine die in the last 2 months. I'm too depressed to help Desiree get out of a situation that might end her up killed. With Rebecca Mason, yeah, I took the time to listen to her. You know what? Even Amanda DeMette, and I love Amanda. Even Amanda DeMette, when I'm having a rough time, that's when she ignores me the most. I'm not allowed to get frustrated. She's allowed to have her frustrations. Now, she doesn't treat me like crap for being frustrated. She just ignores me. When you ask somebody what you can do to help, and then you make every excuse not to, you're a horrible excuse for a human being. When you make a mistake and it gets people killed, you know what? You should have manned up. As you guys keep telling me, I need to just man up. Well, I manned up to every goddamn thing I did. I'm also taking abuse of things that other people did. Kiss my grits.